Welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 9 to the power of x plus 1 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of x. So now our first step is to simplify the left side a bit. Why don't we turn 9 to the power of x plus 1 into something more expanded? So recall that if we have, let's say, a to the power of x plus y, right? This is also equal to a to the power of x times a to the power of y. Because remember, when we multiply exponents, we add the bases, right? These two get added. So what we're doing is we're simply reversing this operation. So that's exactly what we're going to do to 9 to the power of x plus 1. We're going to do the same thing that we did over here. So what we do is we write 9 to the power of x plus 1, and this equals 9 to the power of x to the power of x times 9 to the power of 1. So now that we converted this, well, why don't we write our original equation again? We have 9 to the power of, now it's 9 to the power of x times 9 to the power of 1 is simply just 9 plus 3 equals this side is still the same, so 28 times 3 to the power of x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change up our 9 to the power of x, and we're going to convert it to 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x. Because remember, 9 is equal to 3 squared. And remember, whenever we have something like this, if let's say we have a and we have this to the power of b and we have the whole thing to the power of c, well, this is equal to a to the power of b times c. So as you can see, we multiply these two exponents. So right here, this is going to equal 3 to the power of 2 times x, and 2 times x is simply 2x, so this is equal to 3 to the power of 2x. So now we can rewrite our equation as 3 to the power of 2x times 9 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of x. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 28 times 3 to the power of x on both sides. So we're going to subtract this on both sides, and by doing that, we get 0 on this side because these two cancel out. So we have 0 equals, well, we still have 3 to the power of 2x times 9, but now we have minus 28 times 3 to the power of x plus 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set the variable t equal to 3 to the power of x. Because as you can see, we have two terms with 3 to the power of x. And this 3 to the power of 2x, this can be written as 3 to the power of x to the power of 2. Because remember, before, this was 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x, but we could simply switch these two up because at the end, they're just multiplying with each other. So now we have 3 to the power of x to the power of 2 times 9 minus 28 times 3 to the power of x plus 3. And all of this equals 0. So now what we're going to do is we're going to replace all our 3 to the power of x's into t's. So our first thing is 3 to the power of x squared. That's going to be t squared. And we have a 9 here, so this is going to be 9t squared. And then we have minus 28 times 3 to the power of x. Remember, 3 to the power of x is t, so we have minus 28t. And we simply have plus 3 at the end. And this equals 0. And notice how this is a quadratic equation, meaning we can solve for the values of t using the quadratic formula, which is a quick reminder, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 over c divided by 2a. So negative b, well, b in this case is negative 28, a is 9, and c is 3. So negative b, negative 28 times negative 1 is simply 28 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 28 squared, or negative 28 squared, well, it doesn't really matter which one, 28 squared minus 4 times a is 9 times c is 3 divided by 2 times 9, which is 18. And I'm not going to really waste your guys' time doing all these individual calculations. So this is going to equal 28 plus or minus 26 divided by 18. Now so our first equation is 28 minus 26 over 18. And 28 minus 26 is 2. So we have 2 over 18. And this is equal to 1 over 9. So this is our first value of t. 1 over 9. Now our second value is 28 plus 26. So 28 plus 26 over 18. And 28 plus 26 is 54. So we have 54 over 18. And 54 over 18 is 3. So 3 is our second value of t. So we know that t equals 3 to the power of x. And remember, our goal here is not to find the value of t, it's to find the value of x. So because we know t equals 3 to the power of x, well, why don't we just plug in both values of t into this equation? Let's first do 3. So we have 3 equals 3 to the power of x. And as we all know, 3 to the power of 1 is 3 because anything to the power of 1 equals itself. So in this case, x equals 1. So this is one value of x. And we also have 1/9. So we have 1/9 equals 3 to the power of x, meaning x equals -2. So 1 and -2 are both values that we have for x. So now why don't we plug them in and see if they are right? So let me just erase all this. So we have 9 to the power of 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of 1. Well, 9 to the power of 1 plus 1 is 9 to the power of 2, which is 81 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 28 times 3, which is 84. Now 81 plus 3 is 84. So this ends up equaling 84 equals 84, meaning x equals 1 is right. So we have 9 to the power of -2 plus 1 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of -2. 9 to the power of -2 plus 1 is 9 to the power of -1, which is 1/9 plus 3 equals 28 times 3 to the power of -2 is 28/9. Now, both of these are actually equal to each other. I'm not going to waste your time solving them, but these two are equal to each other. So this means that x also equals -2. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of x equals 4 to the power of x plus 4. And our first step is to expand our right-hand side of this equation here. So we have 4 to the power of x plus 4. And if you guys can recall, there is an important property of logarithms that states if we have a and it's the power of b plus c, this is also equal to a to the power of b times a to the power of c. So remember how when we're multiplying exponents, we add the exponents. Well, now all we're doing is we're reversing that. So we're bringing it back to its original form. So this is exactly what we're going to do with 4 to the power of x plus 4. So this means that 4 to the power of x plus 4 is equal to 4 to the power of x times 4 to the power of 4. Because x is b in this case and 4 is c in this case. And this is still equal to x to the power of x. Now what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 4 to the power of x. So if we divide this side by 4 to the power of x, then what we do on one side, we have to do the other side. So we're going to divide this side by 4 to the power of x. And these two cancel out, so we're left with x to the power of x over 4 to the power of x equals 4 to the power of 4. Now we're going to change this into x over 4 to the power of x, because they're both the terms, both the numerator and the denominators, are already to the power of x. So we're just putting the x over here and putting parentheses. And this is equal to 4 to the power of 4. Now we're going to take the 1/4 power of both sides. So we're going to power both sides to 1/4. So this would make this equal to x over 4, right? And this side, 4 to the power of 4 over 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we're left with x over 4 to the power of x over 4 equals 4, because 4 to the power of 1 is 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change this 4 to 2 to the power of 2. And this is still equal to x over 4 to the power of x over 4. Now, why don't we say that x over 4 is a? So we're going to set x over 4 equal the variable a. And we're going to set 2 equal the variable b. Then this means that this would be a to the power of a equals b to the power of b. And that means we can simply cancel these exponents out, and this would result in a equals b. And as we know, a is x over 4, right? And b is 2. So now, as you can see, we have a simple equation. So now if we multiply both sides by 4, these two would cancel out, so we'd be left with x equals 2 times 4 is 8. So x equals 8. Now why don't we try plugging this into our equation? We have 8 to the power of 8 equals 4 to the power of 8 plus 4, which is 12. Now 8 is equal to 2 to the power of 3, right? And we'll still have 8 still to the power of 8. And this is equal to 4 is equal to 2 squared. And this is still to the power of 12. Now, 8 times 3 is 24, and so is 12 times 2. So we know that these two are equal. So x equals 8.